This is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show. Indeed you are. The Steve Kane Show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio this year, the Steve Kane Show. That's right. And it's Friday. Lots to talk about, lots of things going on in the news. But Friday, of course, means it's open phones. Open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's program. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. We got a lot to talk about on the show today. No doubt about that. First of all, Benedict Arnold Pence is back, and I'm going to get into that in great detail, okay? This is a big news here on the Pence front, and I'm going to break that down. We'll take some calls on that, and, of course, there's much more. But I do want to start the show by, there's a lot of people out there, I'm not going to troll for phone calls to do this, but there's a lot of people out there in the listening audience that owe me an apology today after yesterday's show, because yesterday I went on the air and I was reprimanded by callers yesterday for something that I was totally vindicated about later in the program as being right. And I was, of course, talking about the firing of James O'Keefe at Project Veritas. And man, were people upset with me about, how could you say that? The official statement says that he's on a well-deserved rest. He needs the rest. Yesterday, later in the day, later in the morning, it was breaking everywhere that James O'Keefe had been indeed. There's a coup going on. Tim Pool, who obtained some internal memorandum among insiders inside Project Veritas. There is a coup going on inside Project Veritas. And everything I said about James O'Keefe and Project Veritas was not only accurate, it was 150% accurate. And everyone who called yesterday and said, you are wrong and you don't know what you're talking about. Read this. It says he's on a well-deserved paid leave of absence because he's tired. And I said, no, this is what's going on. I am often ahead of the rest of the news cycle on things for all kinds of reasons. I'm not going to tell you why and how I get things first. I never reveal my sources. And, I'll tell you if it's like a website I'm reading from or something, but just because I'm reading it from the Gateway Pundit does not mean that that's my original source on the information, because I don't want to reveal things. Most people that know me, that give me information, don't want people to know that they give me information, okay? What good, what good is that? So, and I really was reamed out by people over this yesterday. But no, there is a coup going on, and I was 100% right. I'm not, it's very unusual for me to go on the air and say I was right and pat myself on the back and congratulate myself. It's not that I've never done it or don't do it. I'm doing it now, but it's not something I do often. But I was, in particular, I was a little upset yesterday at some of the people that were questioning what I was saying, and I was right on the money. First, right here. That's right. That's why this is where MAGA comes to talk, and this is where you get the inside stuff. All right, well, listen, there's lots happening today. I'm going to get into this Benedict Pence business with the special counsel. This guy, he's as President Trump would say, he is a real beaut, which means all kinds of things. None of them are positive. So I'm going to get into that, but I do want to just remind you, it is open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's program. You are not limited to the topics that we bring up. In fact, you can talk about anything we brought up throughout this entire week, our first week back from our cruise, or something else you have on your mind. Try to be relevant, though. That call about a month ago about the peas, that was a little too much. But anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's show at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Now, if you're on hold, stand by, because I do want to say a couple things. So Pence is going to testify to this very strange special prosecutor, Benedict Pence. Benedict Pence. Pence is now their go-to guy, right? Pence is their go-to guy when they need someone in Trump's inner circle to trash Trump or save them. And if you remember, I guess it was about 2 weeks ago when Biden was busted with all of these classified documents that he smuggled out through this Chinese lady at his office in the Senate building through his money mule and co-conspirator, his son Hunter Biden. And he had all these classified documents everywhere. Shocker, they bring Mike Pence off the book tour, and he's got classified documents too. And in that interview, he said not only did he have, now forgetting the fact that in the past, he said not only did he not have classified documents, there would be no reason for someone like him to have them. Then all of a sudden he had them in his home. This huge news spread that he has. Man dedicated his life to public service. Bought a mansion. Isn't that what all the public servants do? Buy mansions. You know, well, I don't know. If you go to Parkland, BSO, they got a lot of houses over in Parkland. How much they pay in BSO? But Parkland used to be for like Miami Dolphins players, Heat players, and now it's for Broward Sheriff's deputies and firefighters in Broward County. But anyway, Pence, not only did he all of a sudden have classified documents, he had 12, which, shocking, just an odd coincidence, the same number of classified documents found in Biden's closet at the fake think tank. And Pence began this whole thing of, well, everyone has classified documents. It's the norm to have classified documents. And that classified documents, that's gone now. That's like disappeared. And they brought Mike Pence in for the save. And guess what he did? He saved Biden. That's right, he saved Biden because everyone's got classified documents. Even Pence has them. Oh, my goodness. You know, people forget what the media and the left used to think of Pence. They used to tell us he was the biggest homophobe in America. That's right. And, you know, remember when Trump picked him, he was governor of Indiana. And what he had said was that, what they said about him, not only was he a homophobe, but he was allowing what they called gay conversion therapy. You know, a lot of people go through all kinds of sex problems. And people that are going through sexual problems often go to therapy. And sometimes people have an infidelity issue, right? So they go to therapy. Sometimes they have, I don't know, you know, I'm not in that world. Some of you may be. You can probably list the things. And sometimes people are dealing with a sexuality issue and they go to therapy about it. Well, the liberals want to outlaw that, right? You can come out of the closet as, they call it conversion therapy. You can come out of the closet as gay, but you can't come out of the closet as straight. You know, if it's possible that people live a straight lifestyle, all of a sudden come out as gay and discover they're gay, is it not possible that someone is living a gay life and then all of a sudden discovers they're straight? Yeah, it's possible. And they wanted to outlaw that therapy, and Mike Pence stood strong as governor, and they said he had sweat lodges that would sweat gay out of people. Then he stood up against Target and said, no, men cannot use the ladies' room at Target. They called him a homophobe for that. You know, he was like this. Now, all of a sudden, according to the media, and I'm sure there's other examples. Those are just a couple that pop up in my mind. But now, all of a sudden, those same people that talked about him sweating gay out of people, praying gay out of people, being homophobe, now he is the most credible person in the world of politics. That's right. He's the oracle of knowledge. He is the moral person. If there's a moral question, you go to Mike Pence. Mike Pence is no longer to be questioned. I would say that the liberals consider what he says the gospel, but liberals think the gospel are fairy tales. So they don't, you know, they think it's, you know, they think if Mike Pence says it, it's written in stone and it's true. Never question Pence. He's the most credible, moral man in Washington. now. He used to be a homophobe and all those terrible things with sweating gay and praying gay out of people, but now he's not to be questioned. So when they're up against the wall and they're in trouble, bring Mike Pence in. Mike Pence has a new job. His new job is trashing Trump, giving interviews, saying negative things about Trump, testifying against Trump, bailing out Biden, as he did with the documents, and just spending the rest of his life making a living being this anti-Trump insider. Now, if you're on hold, stand by. There's one opening at 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. We're going to take our first break of the day, and when we come back, there's a lot more to talk about, and we will get to your phone calls. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
I got to adjust the camera, guys. Hold on. Let me see. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's better. Something's off in my headphones. I can't tell what it is. My headphones don't sound exactly right. Oh, man. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to toot my own horn about being right yesterday, but I was right about Project Veritas. No doubt about it. No, just today, Mike, the board op, got my head cold, unfortunately, so he's not in today. He'll be back on Monday, I'm sure. Oh, man. Oh, that's for sure, Rome. That's what they want. That's why they're getting rid of him. This coup is about stopping his reporting. I hope he feels better, too. I feel god-awful about it. He was very ill yesterday. I could use a 3-day weekend. I need a vacation from my vacation. Oh, yeah, we have other board ops here. I can do it by myself, but I want to have someone with me. Hey, Jeff, welcome, welcome. If you're on hold, I'll get to the calls. Don't worry. They found a way to bring down Project Veritas. That's what they've done. These internal wokesters have infiltrated and making all these human resource complaints against them. They just found a more clever way to stop James O'Keefe. They won't stop him forever, but it will have an impact.
It was an opportunity for me to put everything I was as a person into work. They have so much to offer.
Welcome, everyone. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, please like the video. Only a handful of you have liked the video so far. Please subscribe and like. That helps me out a lot, guys.
That's ombudsman.elderaffairs.org. On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, on the radio since 1977. So the Super Bowl is on Sunday. What are you guys eating for your Super Bowl parties? I don't watch the Super Bowl, but we have a Super Bowl party. Wings Plus in Coral Springs on Sample Road. Let me tell you, Wings Plus, it is the most pro-police, pro-Republican restaurant on the planet Earth. The Trump family have had the wings at Wings Plus. Right before the election, I was just over there with our great governor, Ron DeSantis. And he not only did he have the wings at Wings Plus, I saw Governor DeSantis actually eat the wings. with his wife, the First Lady of Florida. And, not only can you go over there Super Bowl Sunday and order and pick them up at halftime or pick them up before the game, you can go over there today or tomorrow if you get the 50-wing platter. And you can split that up into a couple different types of wings if you want. My favorite are the medium hot. The lemon pepper are very good, but my favorite are the medium hot. They're out of this world. And I've had all the wings at Wings Plus. And by the way, everything's homemade at Wings Plus, including the sauces for the wings. Nothing comes out of a can. If you order the 50-wing platter or any other takeout, they'll tell you exactly how to reheat the wings. So if you go over there today or on Saturday, or even early before the game on Sunday, and pick up your wings at Wings Plus, they'll tell you how to reheat them if you need to, or unless you pick them up during the game or at halftime. Wings Plus, all the great Republicans have eaten at Wings Plus, and they say that for a Republican to win in the state of Florida, you have to eat the wings at Wings Plus, and I think there's truth to that based on the 15-plus years they've been with us here on this program. Wings Plus is located in Coral Springs, on the south side of Sample Road, about 1 mile west of University Drive. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right, let me take a call or two, since it's open phones, before I get into Benedict Pence. All right, good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
You're right when you call him Benedict Pence. That's the right thing. This guy, you're right. He's a go-to guy he's the new go-to guy when you want to trash Trump. When you want to have somebody trash Trump, and he thinks by being that guy, that's going to put him at the top of the list as he's running for president.
Well, yeah, and that's another racket. You know what Mike Pence ends every sentence with? If you watch him on TV, what does he end every sentence with, Mike Pence?
What, my wife?
No, not my wife. No. If you read my book, you'll find the answer there. No matter what you ask him, the answer is in his book that you must buy.
Yeah, it's in his book, yeah, and that's the thing. Look, if he hadn't have been a traitor, and we'd be, if he wasn't a traitor, we would.
I always forget the name. Trump's first Attorney General. What was his name? Trump's first Attorney General.
He wanted to be in the first place.
I always forget his name.
And that would be at the top of the list. Yeah, your great governor down there would be at the top of the list as well, but he'd be at the top of the list if he hadn't have been a traitor in the first place.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, okay? President Trump has an insider that is very high up. We don't know who it is, who has been working against him for years, and I know how to track the person down. First off, when he picked Mike Pence as vice president, as his running mate, I thought that was very odd. I had heard of Mike Pence, and the only reason I had heard of him is because he briefly was a radio talk show host when he left Congress, before he was governor, of course. And I thought it was very strange. And whoever came up with the original idea to push Pence on Trump, I bet you is the same person who pushed Jeff Sessions as Attorney General, and the same person that came up with the idea for him to give a speech in the National Mall on January 6th. There's someone in Trump's circle that gets these Judases and Benedict Arnolds and these setups in play. And whoever came up with those three, the January 6th speech, picking Sessions and Pence, that's the mole in the Trump circle.
That's got to be the guy or gal. Think about it. And like I said yesterday, 2 days ago, about the people who have betrayed Trump.
Yeah, I'll tell you, my first, I'm not saying this is the person, but at the top of my suspect list is Kellyanne Conway. I mean, she's got that creepy husband that spends his life trashing Trump. I mean, if my wife were on television trashing Trump all day, I don't know, it'd be rough on the marriage, So she's my first suspect. I don't trust her. Trump does. He knows more than we do. I don't know. But whoever came up with those three things, Sessions, Pence, and the January 6th speech, that's the mole. That's the mole.
That's the thing. We have to, and we won't know until probably after Trump does his second term. Because after he does his second term, he probably will tell us who that mole is.
Now, you heard yesterday's show. I was really offended that people in this audience were questioning me when I told you all that there was a coup against James O'Keefe of Project Veritas. People all day in the YouTube live chat, even got a guy calling in who says he works for Project Veritas. I don't know what I'm talking about. And I was 150% correct yesterday on James O'Keefe and Veritas. Everything I said was accurate.
Yes, and I mean, including the part of them using HR to get at it.
That's right. That's right. Tim Pool's getting all the credit. I had it first right here yesterday. I have contacts, people. People, I get text messages and DMs from people. I have contacts. I just don't brag about them all the time. But this one I just got particularly offended by. But hey, that's life. Life goes on.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, take care. That was a first. That was a first. Did you ever hear Mike say goodbye? I'm usually done with him before he's done. This time he was out of things to say. That's never happened before. Am I not doing my job right? All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. All right, so just talking a little bit here, though, about Mike Pence. He's going to testify to this special counsel, this guy who, the special counsel investigating Trump with the beard that's not trimmed, whose wife produced this Michelle Obama documentary. Couldn't they, out of every prosecutor, they just happened to find one, just coincidentally, whose wife produced a Michelle Obama documentary. Wow, talk about an impartial system of justice, right? And Pence, when Pence, I ask you guys this, when Pence got the subpoena, right, when he heard he was being subpoenaed to testify, what do you think his reaction was? I'll tell you what it was. He high-fived whoever was in the room with him. He high-fived him. I'm back. I'm back. This is what I do. Now, we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour, and when we get back, I'll get into some more detail on this and other things as well, all right? You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Today's the first day I feel like I'm 100%. I'm not 100%. I'd say I'm like 96%. I feel like I'm all well now. I'm all cured. And what a great day, because the weekend's starting, right? So it is Friday. Open phones today. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig, back after this. I'll be right back, guys. I got to turn the air down. It's like 89 degrees in here. Oh, the mic's stuck on a thread. Oh man, welcome. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and everyone like the video. Mm-hmm. That coffee I have today tastes like medicine. They were out of my regular coffee. Hey, does anyone know, there is the specialist rank back in the Army? I know they did away with specialist years ago. Did they bring specialist back? I thought they, because I know they retired it. Does anyone know? That's got recent knowledge of the Army. Dan, friend of BW, hello, hello. The reason I ask is when I went to the coffee shop this morning, there was a soldier there. He was a specialist, and he was obese. And I've never seen and he had a specialist rank. I'm not saying he was stolen valor, but I've never seen a soldier obese like that. I mean, like Venman size in person before. Reserve, yeah. Oh, they have specialists in the reserve? Okay. I've never seen a soldier overweight like this before in uniform. Guess they've lowered the standards. Well, Pence is running. Yeah, he's running. He's running. That's another scam he's got going. Yeah, really. Well, no, they did away with specialist, but I do think they might have brought him back. It seems kind of familiar. Well, I'm not in peak physical condition to be in the service either, you know, plus my age, but who am I to talk? You know. I almost bought his coffee, and then I saw his rank, and I was trying to figure it out, and he paid before I had a chance to offer, but I was so glad I didn't, because he like ordered for like 5 or 10 people. It would have been very expensive. He paid before I had the chance to offer. I saw him in there, and I added money to my Starbucks card so I could pay for him, and then he had already paid. It would have cost me like 40 or 50 bucks to buy this guy coffee today. But I'm supposed to use what words you want me to use? Jerry Nadler, yeah. Jerry Nadler looks, no, I was outside before I went in adding money to my card because I don't get an internet connection well inside to add money to my card. And I went in, he already paid. If I did that, why would I even tell you, you know? Jerry Nadler looks like the Danny DeVito penguin from Batman. Probably. The Danny DeVito penguin, all right, not the Burgess Meredith penguin. No. Weeble wobbles fall, or what do they do? But they don't fall down. They wobble, but they don't fall down. Yeah. That's right. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Oh, man. On the way in this morning, I stopped off to get coffee at the coffee shop. And I was telling everybody in the YouTube live chat room during the break. And there was a soldier in front of me. And I was going to buy his coffee, but he had paid before I got in there. And I kind of got lucky because he ordered a lot of stuff. It would have cost me like 40 or 50 bucks to buy this guy coffee. But what I noticed about this guy, and I'm reluctant to bring this. I probably should not even bring this up, but I'm going to bring this up anyway. There was something very unique in this soldier that I've never seen in a U.S. Army soldier before. He was obese. He was overweight. He was in full uniform. And I imagine he's National Guard, right? Because it's Friday. This is his 1 weekend a month. I've never seen, except for Colonel Vindman, but that wasn't in person. That was on television. But this soldier I saw this morning, he was obese. He was fat. I've never seen that before. And, I only bring this up. And of course, I support our troops and all members of our military and everything else. And I'm not being critical of those that serve. But I've never seen an overweight, fat soldier, an enlisted man, too. It wasn't like some old man, high-ranking officer, a general or something. Is this new? Is this the new normal? Even in the National Guard, don't they have physical fitness tests? I don't know. I'll throw this out to you guys. Is there a body fat measurement that if you go over, you're in trouble? I know people, that have been forced out of the service because they didn't even get promoted, right? I don't know if they still do this, up or out. If you don't get promoted within a certain time, you're out. I don't know if they even do that anymore. And I know that the military under General Milli Vanilli is into critical race theory and transgender studies and everything. But I have never seen an overweight soldier before. He was in full uniform. In fact, at first, I thought he was stolen valor because I thought he was stolen valor, and then I looked up his uniform, and the first thing I did is look at his boots, and they were as clean could be, and they weren't worn or anything like that, and he had everything. I'm not, I served in the Army, I served in the military for the same amount of time as Barack Obama and Bill Clinton combined. So I know a little bit about the military, but not that, not enough to do a real stolen valor thing. And I'm not saying the guy was stolen valor, but my first thought was, I've never seen a fat soldier before. And I'm not fat shaming anyone, but is that new? I remember when Colonel Vindman came to testify, right, against Trump, which was just outrageous what Colonel Vindman did. He should have been court-martialed and lost all of his rank and privileges and everything else. How dare he report the commander-in-chief, right? It's very bizarre, probably historic in nature. But I remember when he showed up, he was overweight, and people were commenting on television at how overweight this lieutenant colonel was. But this guy I saw this morning was most definitely obese. First time I've seen an obese soldier in person. And I just throw this out. Is this new? How long have overweight soldiers been allowed to be in the National Guard? I'm sure this is a National Guardsman. And or is this something new? And a lot of times, when it comes to the military, the condition of your troops says a lot about the readiness of the force, right? If you got to have old men and fat guys, that's a problem, right? You want to have young guys that are in shape. I'm not in physical condition to be in the United States military. And this guy may be able to march and everything else, and I'll be having a heat stroke. It's just, this is something new. I thought there were requirements. I knew a guy who got in trouble because he got a sunburn on leave, okay? And I don't know, do you get in trouble for that anymore? Maybe they'll tell you you're trying to do some cultural appreciation. If anybody has any thoughts on that, I'd certainly like to hear them. One other thing, and then I'm going to get back to Pence. It was announced yesterday that Governor Ron DeSantis' presidential announcement is imminent. It could come any time, okay? And this is really putting us in a bad situation, us in the MAGA movement. And I'll get to the Pence article in a minute, but I want to throw this out as a running question on the program today. I want to hear your thoughts on the obese soldier. I want to hear that. So Ron DeSantis is going to announce anytime. They said, one article, it was in The Hill yesterday, one source said it's imminent. Now, the announcement, we assume, is that he's running. Although that may not be the case. He could announce he's not running. You know, that is very, very possible. Some say he's going to wait until after the legislative session in Tallahassee is over, which I don't know, that's a short thing. But here's my question to you. What should we do if Ron DeSantis does officially announce he's running? Now, I know we've been talking a lot about Ron DeSantis, and we had that big story this week with the high school girls and all that stuff, and myself and many others, we love Ron DeSantis. We just want him on the Trump train. 2028 is his time, not 2024. But if he announces, and I tell you, this week, I've gotten some really nasty comments off the air from people about my analysis of Ron DeSantis. And I love Ron DeSantis. I think he's awesome. I love that guy so much. I did something when I was at Wings Plus with Ron DeSantis. I really embarrassed myself in a bad way. Yeah, it was. You ever be? Those things like what's the phrase to describe when someone is talking loud because they're at a party, but everyone else shuts up and they're loud and they do something loud? I did that. And you know how when Trump comes out, people yell, "We love you, we love you." I did that at Wings Plus. When Governor DeSantis came out, I was inside Wings Plus with all these very important people and some of my friends. Not that my friends that got inside with me were not important, but people that were inside Wings Plus were big donors and very politically connected people. It was not easy to get inside Wings Plus. It was easy to get outside. People were outside, but to be inside was an honor that it was not easy to get. But I got in there with some of my friends, and but when Ron DeSantis came out, I yelled, "We love you." Well, everybody else was cheering. I said, "We love you." Nobody was talking when I yelled it out at the top of my lungs. I was so embarrassed. I think I didn't even put that in my vlog there. It may be in the vlog. I don't know. You guys can look. But this is a very, very serious question because I don't want him running in the primary against Donald Trump, okay? I don't want it. But I don't know how we're supposed to react to that. What I mean is, if Ron DeSantis does announce he's running against Donald Trump, should we criticize him like we would criticize anyone else who challenges Trump? Or and when I say we, I'm not using the royal we with me like I'm, some arrogant guy who calls myself we. I'm talking about you out there that love Trump too and are in the MAGA movement. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to... See, I believe Trump's going to... If DeSantis announces he's running, Trump's going to go for the jugular. I mean, he's going to go for the jugular. I mean, that's this thing with the high school girls this week was just a taste. Less than a taste. It was just like a little grain of salt kind of taste as to what he's going to do. So should we just let Trump go after DeSantis and just sit back? Or should we join Trump going against DeSantis? A lot of times people run in hotly contested primaries and end up partners. Ronald Reagan and H.W. Bush ran a very nasty primary against each other in that 1980 Republican primary. Voodoo economics that liberals still accuse Ronald Reagan of being involved in. Voodoo economics is called capitalism, trickle-down economics. It was George H.W. Bush in the Republican primary, and if I remember correctly, it was a speech in New Hampshire right before the New Hampshire primary, who first coined the term voodoo economics. And then look, they had 8 years of a partnership, and then he, So we could have a nasty fight between DeSantis and Trump in the primary. Trump wins the primary, and then next thing we know, Ron DeSantis is the Attorney General under Trump in his second term. That could happen. But also, people get destroyed in primaries, right? By their own party because people go after them. Like, look at Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush, who was a great governor, he was an incredible governor when he was governor of Florida, Jeb Bush. But now look what happened. He's a joke now. He's a punchline. Even little Marco has, he's still got that going on. So what do we do if DeSantis announces he's running and Trump, we know, is going to go out and destroy him? Should we say nothing and just observe, or should we join Trump in discrediting DeSantis and going after DeSantis? That's a serious question I'm asking you, and that's something that we've really got to consider. And I want to hear your thoughts on that, because this is something that we're going to probably have to deal with sooner rather than later. All right. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Call us on hold, stand by. There's only one opening on our board, 1-888-465-2631. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on the Steve Kane Show.
No, I'm serious about that question. Yeah, but how do I stay neutral doing a radio show and podcast? How neutral is like contrary to my whole life, How can I do a show and be neutral? I've never been neutral on anything in my life. I can't think of. Can you? I don't know how to do that. No. Of course, I'm not talking about leaving Trump for DeSantis. What I mean is, like this week, oh yeah, he certainly is, Jeb Nepo baby. When that high school, there's going to be more stuff like that picture with the high school girls. Do we go after DeSantis with Trump and tear him up, or do we just let them fight it out and just observe? I was talking about that on my podcast last night. It's very possible that DeSantis announces he's not going to run. What was I going to look up? Oh, man.
They think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today, 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. BrightonDentalCare.com.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, and all of our lines are lit. So if you're on hold, stand by, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. A lot of things on the table. Now, tomorrow, Saturday, is the lunch and dinner Valentine's Day extravaganza at Anne Marie's in Pompano. It starts at lunch. Anne Marie's in Pompano. They're going to have, because Valentine's Day is during the week. You don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day during the week. You want to do it on the weekend so you can really enjoy it. They're going to have all day long, starting with lunch at Anne Marie's, heart-shaped pizzas and heart-shaped homemade raviolis. And then in the evening, they're going to have live music at their Valentine's Day evening party. Live music at Anne Marie's starting at 6:30. And of course, it's a very romantic place to go for lunch and dinner, and there's nothing more romantic than Italian food. I'm telling you, especially fine, homemade Italian food, all right? And Anne Marie's also has an incredible wine collection. They have actually a VIP wine club. You don't have to join the wine club to order the wines, but you can have great wine, a great homemade romantic Italian dinner, lunch and dinner, live music. This is all tomorrow, Saturday night, special for Valentine's Day. The heart-shaped pizzas, heart-shaped raviolis, and just great homemade Italian food. Anne Marie's, again, located in Pompano on the northwest corner of US 1 Federal Highway and Copans Road in the same plaza as the movie theater. If you have any questions or want to, you can also get takeout, bring some romantic Italian food home, you know. But you can also call them if you have any questions, ask if they're taking reservations. I don't know if they are, but you can find out. 954-889-6600. 954-889-6600. Tell them over at Anne Marie's you heard about them on the radio. All right, I'm just going to go right to the phones. I brought up a bunch of stuff today so far, and I haven't even gotten to the Judas Benedict Pence article yet. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Jeff from the Ranches.
Hey, Jeff, what's up?
Well, this is a major conundrum, and I can tell you it's been rising and it's in everybody's mind. I cannot go after anybody that's been such a good governor or president. I think together they would just, the synergistic, the combination of the two of them would just be fantastic for our country. So I would never, ever go against, and we know there's a playbook behind the scenes that we don't know. These are two critical thinkers that are master chess players. I really think there is a plan, and like you said, they're going to come together in the long run.
Well, you know, I'll tell you this on DeSantis, okay? DeSantis is a brilliant man, all right? And it's very, you know, he is considered, next to Trump, the Republican MAGA rock star. You know, it's very possible he's teasing a run to stop these third-raters that we keep hearing about from running. Like, they don't want to, you know, like Nikki Haley. All these people have no chance, right? And he may be just running interference for Trump to scare these third-rate losers away.
Very good idea, and I think that would create the landslide that we are.
But I'll tell you, there's another thing too. Ron DeSantis, I've been thinking about this a lot, okay? Ron DeSantis running against Trump may actually be helping Trump. If Ron DeSantis is running, and then we got like Pompeo and Nikki Haley in the primaries, right? And Benedict Pence, you know, what are they going to do? He's going to get the MAGA vote, and they're going to get the Republican anti-Trump vote, and it splits that anti-Trump vote among multiple people, DeSantis, Haley, and I think it may make it easier for Trump to win Republican primaries with DeSantis and some of these others in the race. Maybe it's a good thing.
And DeSantis has to come forward and at the end do the support thing, pull a McCarthy at the end and say, you know, I get it, and he's ready for 2028 for sure.
Well, what I mean is DeSantis in this run that is being talked about, he may be working with Trump with this. It may be part of a strategy, this tri-dimensional chess that Trump's always playing. It could be part of a strategy.
They are both very, very good at it, masterful. Thank you, Brian.
All right, well, thank you. Appreciate the call. Yeah, don't we have smart callers? Not all of them, but that guy was. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Terry Hollywood.
You sure?
As much as you love Donald Trump, you don't love him more than I do. And also I love the centrists, both of them. But the problem is the centrists run against Donald Trump. The Democrats, they're going to eat him up. They are such a vicious people. They go after the centrists, but there is nothing they can say about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a businessman. Everything they wanted to say about him, they have said it.
Yeah.
Nothing else they can do. But they go after the centrists and they destroy him.
Oh, yeah.
Cannot anymore. That's what my feeling is.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Well, thanks so much from Hollywood, Florida. You know, there's something to be said about that, okay? There is a very unfortunately, too large percentage of the Republican voting population that are never Trumpers. And DeSantis, in Florida, it's different in different states, okay? In Florida, we don't have a crossover primary, right? You can only vote in the primary for people that are running in the party in which you're registered in the primary. Some states have open primaries. Remember Rush used to talk about Operation Chaos, getting Republicans to vote for a Democrat? Ron DeSantis, being in some of these crossover primaries that Trump will be running in, would suck that never-Trumper vote towards him, and Trump would get the MAGA vote. It could really be effective. I know it seems strange and a risky strategy and a very complex strategy, but it's a strategy. And for the life of me, I don't understand why all people don't vote for Donald Trump, everybody, regardless of political affiliation. And the ones I understand the least are Republicans that don't like Trump. So the more I think about it, I think the Ron DeSantis could be working very closely with President Trump. And if they are, I probably shouldn't be talking about it. Don't tell anybody, okay, that we're talking about it. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Sandra from Boca.
Hey, Sandra, what's up?
I think that they should join forces. I think that Ron DeSantis should be his VP.
Well, he can't. He can't be his VP. They both are Florida residents, and if they run together, they can't get the electoral votes from Florida. So they can't run together. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
I'm going to say that DeSantis would at least have been a visible vice president.
Oh, yeah. No.
We haven't had one in years.
Yeah, well, last one was Dick Cheney, and then he got us in that war for 20 years. I don't know if that was good.
You never saw him.
Yeah, he was doing all his evil behind the scenes. Well, Bush and Cheney both were Texas residents, and this came up. So he went and Cheney got a driver's license in Wyoming. They would never let Trump go get a Jersey or New York driver's license or something and say it's okay. They would never allow it. They cannot run together, sadly. But like I said, maybe. So if DeSantis announces he's running against Trump, how are we supposed to react to that?
That's a kind of a scary proposition because I'd like to see them in the debate, how they're going to debate against each other, because they both think kind of...
No, DeSantis is awful in debates. I've talked about this a lot. If you go online and watch his two governors' debates, with Gillum and then with Charlie Crist, he's not good in debates. He's just not. But that,
Well, then that's in our favor then. That's in our favor then for Trump to prevail in that respect. So, yeah. But, yeah, I think your proposition is right in terms of 2028 being DeSantis' time and Trump coming back in 24.
Well, the reason I'm bringing this up now, it came out of DeSantis' circle yesterday that his announcement is imminent, okay? Now, he may announce he's not running, but it's probably 70-30 that he is, maybe even 80-20 that he is. So the fun and games are going to be over. We're going to find out soon, and if he's running against Trump, it's something we have to deal with. And I think Trump's going to destroy him. But if we jump in and destroy him, how do we get him back in 2028? If he's running against Trump and we go after him and lay into him like we would anyone else opposing Trump, we lose our candidate in 2028, maybe very damaged. So what do we do? How do we react? How do we handle it? It's a big problem.
I don't know. I know one thing, that I think he's going to run because he's at his most popular at this time.
That's what they're telling him.
I work out of my house. I do telemarketing as well. I work out of my house, and I got people from all over the country, from Texas especially, and the first thing they say when we talk, I love your governor. We love your governor. It's just over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
So he's very popular.
Oh, yeah.
He's not, but I think he's going to run.
I do too. All right, appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Great calls today. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Brian. What if President Trump went back to New York as his legitimate home residence again, and he picked up DeSantis? Is that possible?
They would never allow it. The powers that be would never allow it.
They can't stop someone from moving to a state, Brian.
They would say it's too close to the primaries. They'd find something. They would tie it up in the federal courts for years. They would never allow it. Look at what they've done to Trump. Look what they've done to him. These are people that don't care about law and order.
That's true. They don't care about law and order unless you're a Republican.
Yeah, they would not allow it. They would tie. It would. Yeah, no. And I really wouldn't even trust the Supreme Court to rule on it.
Right. I was simmering on thinking, why would DeSantis run against Trump? And the only, what you're saying about they're working together does make sense, because I believe that Ron DeSantis knows he can't beat Trump. There's no way.
Yeah.
Trump is MAGA.
That's right. And MAGA is Trump.
And Trump is the Republican Party, the true Republican Party.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get rid of these rhinos.
Well, we're doing it. Listen, Jeff, I got to run for the break, Jeff, but great call. Thanks so much. All right, we're going to take our top of the hour break. 1 hour down, 2 to go. By the way, it is open phones. You're welcome to call in about anything and everything you have on your mind on Open MAGA Mike Friday, not just things I bring up, but I do want to hear more response on the topics I brought up so far. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's the number, 888-465-2631. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. Back after this.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3
Oh, I want to tell you guys, okay. If anyone's looking to have like a home-based business or something, 'cause everyone's always trying to find ways to make money at home. Here's a good way. You go to this website, theinterlockbook.com. Theinterlockbook.com. And you'll find this book. It's real cheap. It's like $10, maybe less, but it's no more than $10. Theinterlockbook.com, and it'll tell you how to start an ignition interlock business, which is a very lucrative business from what I understand. The interlock is that thing they put on cars when drunk drivers, the car won't start. Those interlock devices, and it's actually a business. So go to that website, theinterlockbook.com. Check it out. It's a book that you download, by the way. You don't have to order a physical copy. Well, thank you, Rome. Oh, man. Great calls today so far. Great calls.
That's because we have a multi-vehicle crash on the southbound side of the turnpike approaching Sample Road, where there's 2 right lanes blocked. We're also seeing slowdowns in Boca Raton along Blaze Road, east and westbound approaching Jog Road and Military Trail. We have some more volume on Southern Boulevard eastbound coming out of the Acreage. Also on Southern Boulevard eastbound approaching Congress Avenue, 2 left lanes are blocked by ongoing construction. This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Now there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org. That's your response.
No, Jeff's call was good. I would have kept him on. I was up against the break. Well, we're going to have to deal with the DeSantis issue real soon. He's going to be, when they say his announcement is imminent. It's early, guys.
Here's your
No, McCarthy is doing, you got to keep your eye on McCarthy, but he's doing the good work of Trump. He made it, to be speaker, he had to bend the knee. It's like Game of Thrones here. Mm-hmm.
Dentistry on Indian Town Road in
Yeah, Jeff's calls are always good.
Specializing in the rejuvenation of smiles, facial skin, and body remodeling. No pain, no surgery, no downtime. Looking for Botox, dermal fillers, or sleep apnea therapy? Attune Dentistry has you covered. Call today for a free consultation. 561-702-0039. Attune Dentistry in Jupiter. Call now. 561-702-0039. You'll be glad you did.
Oh, well, thank you, Dee. 7:45. Be right back. Be right back, guys.
Here's football legend Howie Long for Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear.
The world has gone hands-free, using the phone, turning on your lights, heck, even driving. However, if you want to put on a pair of sneakers, you still need to bend down and help your feet in. Until now. Introducing Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear. Let me tell you, these things are amazing. You don't need to lace up, and they're even better than your standard slip-on sneakers. This is next-level slip-in technology, where you don't need to reach down and help your heel in. You just step in, and off you go. It's that easy. So what's the secret? There's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide into place, and also keeps your feet secure in heavenly comfort, which means they stay on just like a pair of lace-up.
I have 20/15 vision far away, but up close, I need reading glasses. These are just, magnifiers, reading glasses. When I got LASIK, I had LASIK done like 20 years ago, and I still have 20/15 vision far away. Just up close, I need reading glasses.
You'll find big savings on those projects popping up on your to-do list. Grow a happy and healthy lawn with 20% on all Stay Green fertilizer and grass seed. Plus,
They told me when I got LASIK,
all Charbroil commercial and signature series.
eventually I need reading glasses, but would still have perfect vision far away.
Start with Lowe's. Stay Green offer valid 4/26/58. Bill offer valid 4/26/51. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, U.S. only. See store for details.
Well, those rhinos we didn't care about so much. Ron DeSantis is like beloved. And Florida is a very important state. No. Usually they have the light off, but it's on today. All right. We are back. Hour number 2 has begun. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Have you guys called Sloman's to get your free doorbell camera yet? Do it. Do it. When I was on the cruise last week, that doorbell camera came in handy. My wife was home. She didn't go on the cruise, but she was not home alone. My mother stayed for a while. My father-in-law stayed for a few days. But anytime there was any movement in the front of my house, I got a notification no matter where we were. And I have access to my phone everywhere we were. Puerto Rico, the British Virgin Islands, Tortola, on the ship itself. And I know people are like, you're on your phone. What are you doing on your phone? A lot of the times I was looking at my phone. There was someone at my front door. And it's nice to have that security. It's hooked up to the security system too. But it's nice to know that no matter where I am, I can see who is at my door. I get a notification. It happens when I'm on the air here in the mornings quite often. Get a doorbell camera. By the way, it makes a great gift for people in your life as well. Call Sloman's. Tell them you heard about them on the radio, and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. All right, so Benedict Pence is back in all his glory. He bailed out Biden on the classified documents a couple of weeks ago, and now he's back. He's the go-to guy, and now we don't have a lot of information on this story yet, but I think we know where this is going. The special counsel overseeing the investigations into President Trump has subpoenaed Vice President Mike Pence. It's unclear what information special counsel Jack Smith is seeking from Mike Pence. Well, I'll tell you this, whatever he's seeking, Pence will give it to him, right? ABC News reports, Vice President Mike Pence has been subpoenaed by the special counsel overseeing probes into President Donald Trump, according to multiple sources familiar with the matter. It's not immediately clear what information the special counsel is seeking. but it follows months of negotiations between prosecutors and Pence's legal team. You know, Pence has a lot of rackets going on here, and this is one of them, okay? He just moved into a mansion. I know he's got a book, and he's made money on books. That's in my just little suspicious mind, okay? That's a racket. Who would buy Mike Pence's book? And I'm serious about this. What Republican would buy Mike Pence's book? And what Democrat would buy Mike Pence's book? What is in the book that is interesting or newsworthy? Why no one likes Pence in the world of book buying people in the public? Democrats hate him. He's an anti-gay Trump Republican vice president, and we hate him because, you know, whatever book sales he made, I really question it. I don't know. I'm just suspicious. I just cannot for the life of me see anyone say, oh man, Mike Pence's book is out, I got to get that one. It doesn't make sense. And, you know, they can do big buys. When I say they, I mean the establishment can do major buys. Doesn't mean the books are actually going to be given to readers who are interested in read them. You understand what I mean? That's a big racket a lot of times with these people. Book deals. Big racket. Another racket that he is running is this presidential run that he's teasing. See, I've known people personally, and I'm not talking about Laura Loomer. I don't want anyone to think I'm talking about the great Laura Loomer with this, because people will, so I got to do that disclaimer. I've known people that run for public office that know they're never going to get elected, but they make money doing it. And I'm not talking at presidential level like Pence. There's a lot of money to be made. If you're running for public office, people donate money. People get paid. You hear these stories all the time. Family members of Congress get these huge money. You know, Biden's sister has run every one of his campaigns since his first run for the Senate. There's lots of money to be made for the candidate, their family, friends, relatives, and kickbacks and paybacks and all kinds of other stuff. It's like, you know, what Biden does on another level, okay? So Pence has this racket of running for president. Now to get that racket going, he's got to have the establishment behind him, the donors behind him, the never Trumpers, okay, the Lincoln Project Koch brother types. I'm not saying them, but I'm saying that type. You get my drift? So Pence is got all kinds of schemes going on, all right? Now, to accomplish that, he's got to play ball. Hey, Pence, Biden's in trouble. He's got documents that are classified all over his house where his drug-addicted son brings his drug pals, the Russian hookers and pimps to. We need you. Can you go do an interview and say that you got documents too? And he does. And then now they're searching Pence's house. And of course he has documents that are classified. Everyone has classified documents at home. Pence said so. This is the new normal. It's no big deal. Right? So Pence bailed out Biden 2 weeks ago. Now this. You know, Peter Strzok and his girlfriend, and I don't know if that was his girlfriend like in a romantic sexual way or his girlfriend like my wife has girlfriends, you know what I mean? I don't know. But Peter Strzok and Lisa Page and those text messages, remember those text messages between Strzok and Page? I can't remember which one said it. It might have been Lisa Page. One of them, I think it was Lisa Page to Peter Strzok, said that they went out and bought a copy of All the President's Men, Woodward and Bernstein's book, phony book, and said that was their guide map to bring down Trump. Remember that? It was in the text messages. I know. Very bizarre people. Well, they learned a lot of lessons on the conspiracy to force Nixon out of office, right? They got Spiro Agnew first, plugged in an establishment guy Ford and made him president. What they're doing this time, they're saying, we should have done this with Spiro Agnew. And instead of discrediting Pence, they prop him up and use him as credibility to their endless political schemes against Donald Trump, because he was his vice president. He was in every meeting, every time, in every room. He worked all day in the Oval and all this stuff. He brings credibility to, well, their lies about Donald Trump. And he's a willing participant for the book deal, for the fake presidential campaign, and everything else that goes on. All right? That's what's going on here. They learn. And they think, we should have done this with Spiro Agnew. Instead of running him out of office and discrediting Spiro Agnew, boy, we could have used Spiro Agnew. He would have been a puppet of ours. But that's what they're doing with Pence now. Every line on our board is lit. I'm going to take our first break of the second hour, come back with your calls. It is open phones, but I would very much like to hear your thoughts on anything I brought up this morning. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-CANE 1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.9 and 106.9.
Our regular board up Mike got my cold, so he's not here today. This is Jeremy. He's filling in. Oh, speak of the devil. I'm not contagious anymore. I'm all well.
You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling?
Damn it.
I want to thank you guys once again. I've listened to this show since the mid-'80s. Thank you for introducing me to Dr. Appleton, Brian. I was last week. I had a knee problem, and one day I was so much better. I called my mother there yesterday. She has a knee problem on her right side, or her arm. She's pregnant, and she feels better. It's amazing. I have for people out there that are dealing with pain. Believe me, there is an alternative.
Hey, how you doing? All right, I'm going to put you on. Oh, I know. All the lines are lit. I had a hard time getting out. Okay, hold on. All righty, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Callers on hold, stand by. You know, every summer, Scott from Cut My Kilowatts joins us, and he always has incredible ways over the summertime to save you boatloads of money off your electric bill during those hot summer months in sunny South Florida. And on the line, actually, a little early this year, we have Scott from Cut My Kilowatts because he's got something new to tell everyone about. Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good morning, Brian. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you A-okay, man. So you know, usually, as I say, we talk to you during the summer, and you tell people how over the summer they can save a whole bunch of money on their electric bill. You're joining us a little early this year because there's a new opportunity that you have for people. Can you tell people what you got?
It's actually an opportunity that came from this crazy Biden administration wanting to go green. But they're fixing to give away $700 billion in that $1.7 trillion bill they just passed before the Congress changed, called the Inflation Reduction Act.
Yeah.
You familiar with that? So in that bill, they want to free up electricity off the grid so they can switch everyone to electric cars, which I think, you know, electric cars, if you like them, great, but not for me.
No.
But anyways,
Sure.
They're giving away $700 trillion, and basically they're doing it through income tax credits and rebates through the states. Like the state of Florida's Office of Energy will administer the rebates. Okay? Here's what's available for people. And it's really exciting. People with income under $50,000 get like a double rebate on certain items, and people over $50,000 to up to $150,000 get a single rebate. But let me go down it. So if you insulate your house in 2023 and on, they've got this money available for the next coming years, but you know how programs are. When the money's gone, when the administration changes, they end. So I suggest anyone that needs this stuff for their house, gets in and gets it early, gets it while the getting's good. Plus, because of this program, the cost of insulation, air conditioning, hybrid hot water heaters is probably going to double and triple through the program because the demand is going to get so high, and you know where our supply chain is barely running and keeping up now, and they're going to basically be giving this stuff away for free.
Yeah.
It's going to get more expensive.
So that's awesome. So let me get this straight. So if someone, now again, we're not in the hot summer months yet, so like air conditioning and insulation is at a much lower price right now too. So if someone needs new insulation or maybe they need a new air conditioning, that's something we hate buying, this is the time to do it. This can help cover the cost of their air conditioning.
Well, right, yes, but here's the thing. Things are not at a low cost right now because of inflation.
Really?
They're only going to get worse and worse and worse exponentially as the demand increases. You know, and it's just, you know, when they turn on this free money, everything that's going to get sold for this, once it gets in full swing here, is going to get crazy because there just isn't going to be enough to go around. So, you know, supply and demand. It's simple.
Well, here's what I would do. Take advantage of Biden's senility in passing something so insane, right? And get it, and it's true, I'm not kidding. You don't hear commercials like this anywhere else, guys. And also get some of that tax money that they suck away from you back and get a new air conditioning unit in your home or insulation for the attic to keep that. Now, Scott with Cut My Kilowatts has been with us here on the Steve Kane Show, I don't know, maybe 15 years or more. Scott, what is your number for people to reach you?
My number is 954-939-1500. That's 954-939-1500. I was hoping I could tell you a little bit about the rebates because it's pretty exciting.
Real quick, Scott, because I'm running out of time.
Rebates for insulation, rebate $1,600, tax credit $1,200. That's $2,800 to insulate your home. Okay, I mean they've never done that before. Usually it's a 10% tax credit. The best we've ever had is 30. Hybrid hot water heater, they give you $1,750 rebate and a $2,000 tax credit. On air conditioning, they give you, if you're under $50,000, they give you $8,000. If you're over $50,000, under $150,000, they give you $4,000 for an air conditioner. Plus, that's the rebate. Plus, it's $1,000 income tax credit.
Wow.
For that's like $10,000 or $6,000, right?
Wow, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
And that's what I was telling you. It's really exciting. And then for if you make your home 35% more energy efficient and you're under $50,000 income, you get an $8,000 tax credit.
Wow.
If
if you're over 50,000 but under 150, you get a $4,000 tax credit.
Well, I tell you, the numbers are confusing me, but it sounds like boatloads of money. It's your money. You pay the taxes, get it back, and get a new AC, people, and other things. Give Scott a call, and I'll tell you, if you leave him a message, he'll call you back probably while you're leaving the message.
Don't leave me a message. Send me a text. I don't do messages because
Okay.
too many calls a day. I can't spend all day
Okay.
in a message.
All right. Call or text Scott at Cut My Kilowatts, 954-939-1500, 954-939-1500. All right, Scott, have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, take care. All right, give him a call. All right, back to our phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Doug.
Oh, hey, Doug.
One thing off of the subject, did you hear that crazy professor from Berkeley who said that Miami should get ready to evacuate because global warming is going to bury the city in water? Did you hear this? So what I did is I talked to my liberal idiot that I know who has a property on the water. I said, tell you what, since you're worried about evacuation, I'll give you 10 cents on the dollar right now to buy your property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I hear these liberals on TV all the time talking. Everyone in Florida knows the sea levels are rising. Are you kidding me? You know.
Anyway, I want to say something about our great governor. I think he's too smart to want to go up against Trump on stage. You know, you get up on there, and anybody's up there, Trump is going to destroy.
So okay, so you think Ron? Okay, in the last hour I was talking about this. It came out of DeSantis's camp yesterday that his announcement on whether or not he's running for president is imminent. So you believe the announcement may be that he's not running for president?
That's correct.
I would love that. I would drive to Tallahassee and hug him if that was the announcement.
I'll go with him there, without a doubt.
Yeah, but you'd probably hug the wife, though.
Well,
The first lady.
Anyhow, but, you know, to go against Trump, he wants to become president, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
If he does.
That's right. All right, hey, Doug, I appreciate the call, Doug. Yeah, Doug, so Doug thinks the announcement maybe he's not running. Just real quick, this thing on the sea levels rising in Miami, where this came from, there was a little article in the Miami Herald I read about this. When Obama was president, he was giving money to all these green initiatives, and he gave money to cities to build raised, sidewalks are like at ground level. He gave money to cities if they build raised sidewalks. So when the seas rise, the sidewalks will still be above. And down in Miami Beach, they applied for the money and got it to build raised sidewalks. And I remember when they were building them, they were building these sidewalks that were like 3 or 4 feet off the road. And I thought, what is this about? And then I found out. So this racket they ran down in Miami, and I've walked on those sidewalks, and they are beautiful. All that Obama money, but they're like 4 feet off the ground. And that's where this thing came that everyone in Miami knows that the seas are rising because they got part of this climate change scam money to build the raised sidewalks 3 to 4 feet off the ground. The media just lies to you. I mean, it just lies to you. Believe me, if Florida was going to be rising, Ron DeSantis and me and all of us would be very upset because we live on the peninsula known as the Florida Peninsula. All right, listen, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break. Callers on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian, back after this.
Making morning radio.
Oh, my goodness. Now, by the way, guys, yesterday, I don't have it with me today, but I brought in, there's that brand new MyPillow, the MyPillow 2.0. Let me show this to you. Mike Lindell, it's buy one, get one free. It's got that patented fill inside, but it has some type of temperature regulating technology inside of it. And your head never gets hot at night. You know how your head gets hot and you wake up and flip the pillow? You don't have to do that. And when I had the pillow here yesterday and I was touching it with my hand, my hand felt so cool on it. And the MyPillow is like perfect. Who would have thought that Mike Lindell could make something better, could improve on what was perfect. He's done it. So the MyPillow 2.0 is buy one, get one free. And I ordered mine on Monday, and we got it on Wednesday. It's amazing. And you know, my wife and I both got the most fill you can get. We like our pillows firm, but you can get one firm and one not. You don't have to give both pillows the same fill level. So it's buy one, get one free with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane at mypillow.com. So go to mypillow.com and order your MyPillow 2.0. We took all our other MyPillows off the bed last night. We got them. We got the regular MyPillow. We got the Elegance pillow. Those are our guest pillows now. This MyPillow 2.0 will blow your mind. Okay, you got to get it. It's a good deal. And you can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, Kane. It's a good deal. All right, where am I here? Oh my goodness. Oh man, I feel so, I'm not 100% better, but I sure feel a lot better today than I did earlier this week. Kathy, my wife's having a rough time the last couple weeks. Yeah, so, thanks for asking, though. Yeah, I feel better. I still got to take it easy. I'm not 100% yet. You know what happens? When you're sick, you get a little better, and then you push yourself and have a relapse. So, but unfortunately, Mike, our board op, got my cold. So Jeremy's filling in today. I feel so bad. Yesterday he was so sick.
Hi, it's Kate from Will For You. I have some exciting news. Come to Will For You and get your white glove treatment on all Cortec luxury vinyl floors, only at Will For You. We offer a 100-day satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like your Cortec floor, you can return it for another product. You can also get a year's supply of Encore floor cleaner.
You're welcome to call in, Lisa. You can talk about anything on your mind, things I brought up, things I haven't brought up. It's open phones on Friday. Yeah, I didn't even go to the doctor. Vicks Vapor Rub, Dayquil, and Halls. That's all I took. There's one opening on the board. Because he was sick. He wasn't sick on Monday, and then yesterday he was sick as a dog. I'm assuming it's mine. I have Lysol here. I spray everything, but I didn't do the apple cider vinegar, no. I did rest as much as I could. That's right. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Calls on hold. Stand by. Don't forget, tomorrow, Saturday, the Saturday before Valentine's Day, Anne Marie's in Pompano having a lunch and dinner Valentine's celebration with, for lunch, heart-shaped pizzas, and of course their handmade ravioli is heart-shaped. That's right, on Valentine's Day. And then Saturday night at Anne Marie's in Pompano, they're having their Saturday night Valentine's Day party with live music outside. And Anne Marie's very romantic. There's nothing more romantic than great homemade Italian food. And they have a whole wine collection over there. So you have nice romantic wine, great homemade Italian dinner. Perfect for Valentine's Day. You want to celebrate Valentine's on the weekend, not during the week on when it really falls. That's awful. Go to Anne Marie's Saturday. Have a great time for lunch or dinner. The music starts outside at 6:30 at night. You'll have a great time. Anne Marie's in Pompano is located on the northwest corner of US 1 Federal Highway and Copans Road. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right, let's go to our phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning. Jay from Jersey.
Hey, Jersey. What's up?
I'm just curious. For a couple of days now, we've been going over people who were Trump supporters. He's going to be thrown under the bus by a lot more of his supporters. I'm just wondering why you don't see it. You're acting like it's something weird.
Betrayal? What? Okay, who's...
Get enormous.
Okay, what Trump supporter has betrayed him, thrown him under the bus? Name me one. Let's talk about it.
Pence.
Pence?
One you just, the other woman the other day who threw him under the bus.
Well, let's talk about Pence. What makes you say that Pence was ever a Trump supporter?
Because he was his vice president. He kissed his behind for 4 years.
Yeah, and Judas was an apostle of Jesus. Just because someone... It means that a lot of times people really aren't supporters. You just think they are.
I'm trying to tell you, he's going to find...
I mean, one of George Washington's best friends was Benedict Arnold, and look what happened. So what does that mean? Great men in history have had people betray them.
Okay, but listen, we're really not talking about just the betrayal. We're talking about the fact that they want Trump to go away. They don't want him to run. They had a poll on TV this morning.
Yeah.
That crazy DeSantis ahead of Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he wants that nut either, so... But at the same time, Trump's not going to get...
Well, then you should be happy. Then you should... So since Trump is going to lose, you should want him to run and be our nominee so you can get a Democrat elected.
I'm just scared Trump...
No, if he's so disliked and will lose, why would you want someone to run who could win? If you want the Republicans to lose, you should want Trump to be the nominee then, right?
No, we don't even want his nasty rhetoric, his travel around, all the mean, nasty things he's going to say. No, we don't want to hear.
What does he say? What does he say? What do you mean we? Who do you speak for?
I'm speaking for the one you us crazy Democrats, the way you say it.
Oh, I thought you were I thought you were representing bums, men who do not work.
Well, it could be bums and doers.
Oh, okay, so I like the confirmation that you're a bum who has no job. Interesting.
Oh, I have a job.
So, oh, yeah?
A job.
What's your job?
In this office, I can sit right here in this office, listen to you on my phone, and still do my work. See, I can do it that way.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so at 7:38 in the morning, you're at your desk. Tell me what work. Tell me what work is on your desk. Tell me what work is on your desk that you're going to complete after this call. What work is on your desk that you're going to complete after we're done talking?
It's a big bullseye of Trump with a...
Oh, okay, so there is no work.
I have to answer those stupid questions.
Well, like I have work, like I've got work here on my desk. After the show, I've got to write some commercial copy. No, you can't see my desk.
I don't care to give you my information because it's none of your business. I called you because you have calling shit.
Well, think about, you see, I called you a bum with no job. You have the ability right now. Well, I'm at work. I'm getting paid to be here. I'm getting paid to talk to you.
You're paid every day too. You think I live?
Well, yeah, by the taxpayers. So you could make me look like a fool. You could make me look like a fool. Tell me what work is on your desk.
Already look like a fool.
Oh, you can make me look like the biggest fool.
A fool.
This guy can't even. It's been so long since you've worked. You can't even make up paperwork.
I do,
because you can't.
Not worth it. Why can't you go about what I called about?
By the way, if you're at work listening to me, you're milking the clock. You're not paid to listen to me.
Why do you want to always argue with me? Why do you want to argue with me all the time?
Well, first off, I'm the host of the show, not you. I decide what we talk about, not you.
Why did I get to call in and produce so we could bring up what we want? That's what I brought.
Well, that doesn't mean that I have to just say okay and not talk. I can ask you questions too.
But why do we have to be personal questions about how I work in my life?
Well, it goes to credibility.
What do you make of people gonna do when Trump is gone? Because you're all a bunch of nuts. What you gonna do when he's gone?
We'll be behind DeSantis, Don Jr., Eric, maybe Barron down the road. I don't know.
I can't wait to see this, and you can stop wearing that stupid Trump hat. I'm really glad you stopped wearing the T-shirts.
You're such. Think about this. I've got this guy in Jersey who not only watches me and has these weird thoughts. You comment on what I wear.
Like a little kid and a little nut.
A little kid, yeah.
You wear a stupid hat that says that every day is stupid.
I'm wearing a Trump 2024 hat right now.
It's the stupidest hat
Oh, I love it. It says Trump 2024, the sequel, it says on my hat.
If I saw it, I'd pull it off your head and stomp it.
Oh, you would assault me and destroy my property.
I said I would assault your hat.
Well, no, if you take it off of my person, that is assault, and then you would destroy my property. So you would assault me, and then steal my property and destroy it. That's like 3 crimes. So you're a criminal.
Take your hat. No, I wouldn't do that. All right, take care.
Yeah, get back to work. Couldn't even make up paperwork. I gave him all kinds of time. He could have made up anything. Oh, my goodness. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Hey, it's Lisa in Texas, huh?
Hey, Texas. What's up?
Well, I like I said, I wanted to just mention a couple of things, like about Ron DeSantis. The thing that I remember about him running the first time was that he was way behind the other guy, and it wasn't until Trump came in that he surged ahead. He was going to lose until Trump came in. So it bothers me when I hear him bragging about that he won his reelection, inferring that Trump didn't. When, Ron did fix the cheating in his.
Well, Ron DeSantis would have won re-election. He was losing his primary before Trump endorsed him. He was going to lose the Republican primary. And Trump came in and endorsed him, and he won the primary. And he was going up against a guy who, believe it, was very popular among Democrats, Andrew Gillum, that he defeated. But yeah, he would not be governor if it were not for Donald Trump. That's a fact. He would have lost the primary. I don't even remember who was running against him in the primary, but he would have lost the Republican. Trump saved Florida by endorsing Ron DeSantis, who saved us during COVID.
Mega Friday, and we can talk about anything.
Wow.
James O'Keefe situation. I just wanted to let you know that I went on Rumble and was looking at the last couple of videos that are on Rumble that have been taken off of YouTube, I guess. And all of the comments, every single comment is bring back James James O'Keefe, and I'm not supporting you without James O'Keefe. I mean,
Well, listen, what I was talking about yesterday, which, by the way, I was the first with that story. Everyone in this audience that gave me a hard time yesterday, I do accept your apologies, okay? And what happened to that guy? And that guy that called me from Project Veritas who said I was wrong yesterday, why isn't he calling back? Doghouse guy yesterday. The thing, they've been trying to bring down James O'Keefe for 12 or 13 years, and now they found a way to do it through the Human Resources Department. Project Veritas will cease to exist in any credible form moving forward without him, without James O'Keefe. It will not survive without him. It'll be like the Drudge Report. Listen, Lisa, I got to run for a break, but good call. Thanks so much. All right. We're going to take our last break of the second hour. Callers on hold, stand by. There's only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Yeah, so he... Oh, yeah, the recording. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah, so 8:15 is going to be, I told you already, right, Barry Siegel? Yeah, okay.
With up to $3,500, you can bring home the bacon and bring it home today. Buy now instead of later. That's worth its weight in gold. Don't wait weeks for your refund. Go to Jackson Do It today. For eligible clients, loans by
Yeah, Lisa's call was good.
Yeah.
Progressive presents.
Oh, it's that.
I never thought about space.
There we go. That's okay.
Apartment, but in this house, all I see is empty space. Sofa and ottoman look like tiny islands in a sea of hardwood floors. I could get
Oh, man.
in the living room, but then I need another sofa. I could tell people I'm into minimalism.
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs.
Yeah, Lisa's calls are always good. I took the break late for Lisa's call.
Asthma symptoms can attack anywhere, like on a city street.
I forgot the name of the guy from Jersey, though. Oh, my gosh. Guy couldn't even make up work. How pathetic.
Primatene Mist starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at
Jerk from Jersey. No. No.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I'm hoping to have my cruise video up this weekend. It's the longest vlog ever. It's going to be a little over an hour.
And what do you think?
So I hopefully will have it ready for the weekend. It's a lot of editing.
Hi everyone and welcome. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions for free. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-331-6838 now. I'm here with spokesman for the firm, John Wolf. So John, tell everyone listening.
Oh, it's a good one.
Well, Maria, first off, thank you for having me here with you. We always enjoy answering the listeners' questions. Now, as far as who should call in, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. And
It's good to be
tell you
back.
what your case is potentially worth. Call 800-331-6838.
Thanks, John. You heard it, folks. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now to speak with a live agent for free. Call 800-331-6838.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not
I can't put up a 12-hour video. No, no one's going to watch that. All right, welcome back. Callers on hold, stand by. Every line on our board is lit at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. It is open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. You can call about anything and everything you have on your mind, not just the topics that I bring up. But I want to take a moment to talk about the great Dr. Appleton. You know, on the cruise last week, some of our listeners were telling me how Dr. Appleton helped them and family members. He's great. That laser wave pain system is amazing of Dr. Appleton's. Rid me of my arthritis pain. Rid me of my years of suffering from knee pain. It's great. But you know, Dr. Appleton does more than just laser away pain. Okay, he's a chiropractor. And if you've been in an accident, a slip and fall or a car accident, you need to be seen by Dr. Appleton. If you call Dr. Appleton, you will be seen today by Dr. Appleton. By the way, he's open on Saturdays as well, 6 days a week. This goes for tomorrow. Now listen to this. Now this is only if you're within the sound of my voice on the radio. If you're listening to me in Portland, Oregon, or Michigan, or Texas, like Lisa, this doesn't apply. These are just for our South Florida listeners. But those of you in the South Florida listening audience, if you've been in an accident, a slip and fall or an auto accident, and you call Dr. Appleton, not only will you call him today and be seen today, Dr. Appleton will provide you free transportation to and from his office. Free transportation. That's amazing. I've never heard of a doctor doing that. Dr. Appleton is offering free transportation to and from his office. Give him a call, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonChiro.com. Make sure you tell him you heard about him on the radio. All right, let's go to our phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Helen from Kansas.
Hey, Helen.
Hi, Brian. How are you guys doing?
Doing all right.
This is to my fellow Christians and MAGA people. People wondering about what are the signs of the end times. Well, in St. Luke 21, verse 25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity or confusion. Of the sea, which is symbolic for people, and the waves roaring. Just look at how the people all around the world are roaring about their corrupt governments, oppressive governments, all around the world, not just the United States, but all around the world.
Yeah, but in America, we're not supposed to have an oppressive government, government of the people, by the people, for the people. And yes, obviously Helen didn't listen to the show yesterday. You know, it is open phone, so I'll give her some liberties on Fridays. Well, let me just take some more calls before I comment. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What?
Yes.
Good morning. Hi, brother. Nice to talk to you after all these years.
Wow.
I call you the first time when Rush was debating Charlemagne the God. You don't know the answer, but I didn't get through. I love you, man, but you're irritating the heck out of me with this guy, okay? Jay is Al from Coral Springs.
No, that's not Al. Is that Al? Is that Al from Coral Springs?
One that caught on to this. I'm sick of this guy. He reminds me of Louisiana. Every time I hear his voice, I have to turn the radio off. Like some.
I don't think that's Al from Coral Springs. I mean, maybe you just think all black guys sound alike to you.
Oh my God, I really do believe it. They had the same nasty demeanor. I mean, why can't Democrats just get on the phone and talk like normal people without insults? Why do they always have to bring...
Well, you know, listen, Democrats, okay. Yeah, you're obviously not a Democrat. You're a Republican, a MAGA Republican guy. Okay. And no, I was supporting Trump back in 2011 when Romney
Not before you do. I was a little kid. I'm older than you are. I've been listening to Rush since I was with my kids.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I know your whose is bigger. No. But here's the thing. No. Slow down. Oh my gosh. I said it was open phones. You know, you ask a very good question. Why can a Democrat not talk like a normal person? Why are they always angry? Well, most Democrats are Democrats because of some shame or immorality in their life. In the caller from New Jersey, it was quite obvious. He's a bum. He doesn't have a job. And when you're a grown man with no job, you're living off of someone. You don't feel like a man, so he's angry about that. You know, Democrats, there's not a single Democrat that's a Democrat for an honorable moral reason.
Most of them cannot simply have a agree to disagree conversation without being not civil. You can't be not.
Listen, Democrats enslaved black people. Democrats put Americans of Japanese descent in internment camps. Democrats put a serial killer on death row's life above an unborn child growing inside the womb. these are not moral people you're dealing with. These are terrible people.
I was really heated yesterday. I was going to call you at the end, but it was at the end of the show, and I had to get some things off my chest. First, I love you, man. You made me go to my first Trump rally. It was awesome, amazing. You and I could have done a whole show at DB&T. I used to go there at Sunrise and you spoke there.
Oh, yeah.
But you made me go to my first, we're at people constantly coming in. I expected to be outside, not even to go in, to be outside watching the TV, and people just kept coming in. Yeah, but Biden sits in the basement and he beats.
Yeah. And you mean breeds Trump. Yeah, people standing in circles. Well, listen, I appreciate the call. Yeah, Democrats are just nasty people, okay? I mean, that's just, if you're going to talk to Democrats, you're going to talk to rude, nasty people. In fact, I'm thinking, you can ask yourself the same question. I can't remember the last time I talked to a Democrat that wasn't angry, that was civil. Can you? Not on the air. They're always mad. On our cruise last week, our group was the talk of the ship. Everybody was calling us the MAGA group because we're wearing our MAGA stuff and everything else. And over the weekend, I hope to get my vlog up of the cruise. It's about 70 minutes long. Okay, it's long. It's my Citizen Kane, I keep calling it. And in the beginning, you'll see I'm filming someone in our group who's a little intoxicated on the dance floor for the video, and this husband and wife come at me, and the husband makes this snarl look at me. You see it in the camera, and then his wife comes up and grabs my phone, covers up my camera on the phone, and went to grab my phone out of my hand. And I couldn't understand. They're very angry. You'll see them in the video. And I went back. It was so strange. It was so strange. And I went back to everyone in our group. I told them what happened, and I showed them the footage because it was on my iPhone. You'll see it in my video when I upload it. I said, I don't understand. I've never had anything like this happen before. I don't know what's going on. They said, it's your hat. I was wearing a Make America Great Again hat. Liberals are always angry. They're triggered. They're always triggered. It's worse now with the Trump derangement, but they've always been this way. They have always been this way. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've seen Democrats act in violent, terrible ways time and time again, long before Trump came down the escalator. I mean, it's more commonplace now with, the Trump derangement, but it's always been this way. They've always been like this. I don't quite understand it. And a lot of people that are recovered Democrats, recovered liberals, they'll tell you they feel better. They're like happier people. It's almost it's not exactly like that, but it's similar to a born again experience. When you're a recovered liberal, a recovered Democrat, and you become a Republican, your whole personality changes. You become a happier person. You're more at peace. There's a lot more serenity going on. I know that's an AA term. I've never been in AA, but I know the terminology. Some of my friends have been in AA, But it's true. They're just an angry group of people. All right, now our number is 1-888-GO-KANE-1. It's a toll-free call, no matter where you are calling from. 888-465-2631. And we'll take more of your calls in the next hour. But I want to tell you guys, Super Bowl Sunday, it's the Super Bowl this weekend. And if you want to have a great Super Bowl feast, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings Plus is where MAGA goes to eat. I was just there right before the election with our great governor, Ron DeSantis, and I saw Governor DeSantis eating the wings from Wings Plus and his wife right there in front of me. And the Trumps have had wings from Wings Plus. It's a great place, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Now, listen, you can order your wings today and tomorrow and pick them up. And usually what I like the 50-wing platter. My favorite wings are the medium hot wings. All the wings are great. Everything's homemade, including the sauces for the wings are homemade. Nothing at Wings Plus in Coral Springs comes out of a can. But you can also get them Sunday, go over during halftime, whenever you want, and get your wings. But if you go today or tomorrow and get them early, ask them how to reheat them, and they will tell you. Okay, I do this all the time. I'll go and get the 50-wing platter on Friday and then heat them up over the weekend, and they'll tell you the exact instructions to heat them up perfectly in your oven. Just ask them, okay? Wings Plus has been with us here on the Steve Kane Show for about 15 years, and it's just, the food is out of this world spectacular. By the way, if you want to go watch the Super Bowl over there, you can. They have great new high-definition televisions all over the place at Wings Plus. Wings Plus in Coral Springs is located on the south side of Sample Road, about a mile west of University Drive. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Okay, callers on hold, stand by. If I take a call now, you won't have any time other than to say hello and then me tell you we're out of time. But after the top of the hour break, I will go to the phones. There is only one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. By the way, if you miss a portion of the show, each morning, about an hour after we go off the air, the entire show is uploaded on our radio station website, TrueOldiesFLA.com. TrueOldiesFLA.com. And the shows are archived up there forever. So if you miss a show or a part of a show, you can catch it. Or maybe you called in and you want to download your call or hear your call, you can do it. TrueOldiesFLA.com. All right, we'll take our break for the top of the hour. Again, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest-running radio show. Back with our third hour after this.
WWNN Pompano Beach.
Is it instead of the commercials?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You sometimes we'll go to the bumper and then go to me, but I can just go to the call when you let me know.
Right.
Yeah, just when you let me know what line he's on.
Will do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Elvis Dinner Show. Laugh Out Loud Friday night, February 17th with the Flynn Brothers. Enter to win today at PBKC's birthday sweepstakes with over $2,000 in cash and prizes. Go to pbkennelclub.com for more details. Here's your True Oldies ABC News Update.
welcome everyone. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. And less than half of you have liked the video, so please like the video, guys. That helps me out so much. By the way, thank you to all the moderators. Everyone, thank the moderators, because the moderators elevate this show like so many times, because I don't have to pay attention to these trolls in the chat. They take care of it. So a big thank you to the moderators. Oh, and moderators, I left a message yesterday in the moderators group. If you guys haven't seen it.
Raffling off skin product basket valued at $575. And a Morpheus8 face and neck treatment valued at $1,400. Hors d'oeuvres and
Despite the host, I hit the like button. Hello, just kidding. Okay.
861-2374 or RSVP at aesthetics.attune.dentist/Botox-party.
Love the outdoors and the open road? Don't miss RV Hour, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Hosted by Giant Recreation World second generation owner and CEO Larry McNamara and his co-host Dwayne Adams. RV Hour, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. right here on the True Oldies channel.
Our team comes with a lot of questions. At Bye Bye Baby, we're here to help you prep for everything you expected. And everything
Well, thank you, Terry. Good morning. Is it Ruel 2012? Ruel?
to meet you. We're giving you extra savings. Text BABY to 42229 for $20 off your in-store purchase of $100 or more. Again, text BABY to 42229 for $20 off. Bye Bye Baby. Welcome to parenthood.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back, one and all. I'm Brian. It is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. You know, if you're on hold, stand by. Every line on the board is lit. I'll go back to our phones in just a moment. You know, media bias is something we talk about quite a bit. And media bias involves all kinds of things. The biggest is sometimes people think media bias is not reporting a story or having a spin, but sometimes it's what they leave out. This is NBC News, fake news, NBC News. Here's the headline, right? New Jersey council member is fatally shot 1 week after slaying of another lawmaker. Authorities have not made any connection between the slayings. That's the headline on NBC fake news right now. Well, there is a connection. 2 lawmakers were murdered in New Jersey, both of them Republican. And one of them a black female Republican. 2 Republicans have been murdered in New Jersey in a week. They left that out of the headline, and they can't find a connection? Oh, really? My goodness, I watch a lot of ID, okay? I can do some detective work. Can you imagine if 2 Democrats, including one of them being a black female Democrat, were murdered in a week? The entire national media would be camped out in Jersey. This story is rarely reported, and when it is, they don't tell you. Yeah, they'll say coincidence. What are the odds that 2 Republican lawmakers in the same week in the same state are murdered? You know why this happens? Because the media and the Democrats spend all of their time villainizing Republicans, telling you that they're white supremacists, even the black ones. Look at those Memphis cops. Those black Memphis cops that killed that guy a couple of weeks ago. They said they're white supremacists. They're black, but they're white supremacists. You know, And the reason that there's so much anger towards Republicans and things like this happen is because the left villainize them. When you go around telling everyone that Republicans are white supremacist Nazis, even the black ones, people feel justified in committing acts of violence to stop Nazis. All right, let's go to our phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning, Brian. It's Ricardo from Deerfield.
Hey, Ricardo, what's up?
Hey, I just want to share with you, this past week, I took my daughter because she want to visit the Anne Marie's. So I took her for the first time there for lunch.
Oh.
And for dinner, she asked to go to the Wing Plus.
Oh, great.
We went to both restaurants on the same day, and I can share with you that it was a very pleasant experience with her, and she loved it.
Great. When she starts driving, make sure you get new tires at Friendly Tire in Margate, since you're doing the sponsor run.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
The lobster ravioli was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And my daughter asked for the lobster mac and cheese, and she loved it as well.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, the lobster mac and cheese. I haven't had the lobster mac and cheese. Steve has, but that lobster ravioli at Anne Marie's is made with fresh Maine lobster, and they use the claw meat, which is the best meat in the lobster. It's spectacular.
My God, not only the ravioli has a lot of lobster inside, they send it like 2 lobster tails on the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciate it. You know, when you guys support the sponsors, you're supporting this program and our radio station, and it does mean a lot to us, and I want to thank you.
Yeah, and I can tell you, the Wing Plus was my first time there. We asked for a cheese sauce to go with the fries and with the chicken, and man, it was the best cheese I ever had.
Well, everything at Wings Plus is homemade. Nothing comes out of a can. Even their soups and the sauces for the wings are homemade right there in the kitchen.
So definitely, it's not just merchandise. They are really good.
Yeah, they good. Well, I appreciate it, Ricardo. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. This is Rob from California. How do you do today?
All right, Rob. What's up?
Hey, I had a question for you. Tuesday, when you had to leave early, what did you do when you went home? How long did you sleep?
Oh, when I had to leave the show on Tuesday, I couldn't go on. Oh gosh, I don't even remember the rest of the day. Hardly. It's a blur. A long time.
Okay, so I want to ask you that. Okay, now I want to say one thing about Ron DeSantis. If he runs against Trump, he shows his true colors because he's being disloyal to Trump. And if he's being disloyal to Trump, he'll be disloyal to the voters.
Well, that was my initial reaction, and that may be true. But it is also possible, I was talking about this earlier in the program, it's also possible that Ron DeSantis teasing a run against Trump is a way to help Trump. See, you know, a lot of people, what DeSantis has done is open the door for a lot of these losers like Nikki Haley to run, Pompeo and all these other people, Larry Elder, and well, no. Well, let me explain what DeSantis could be doing. This is very important stuff, okay? It really is. I mean, Donald Trump is always 5 steps ahead of everyone, and Ron DeSantis is very smart too. Okay, in some states, they have open primaries, meaning Democrats can vote in Republican primaries. Okay? Okay. And what's going to happen if Ron DeSantis and Haley and Pompeo and Larry Elder are running against Trump, they're splitting the Never Trumper vote. And Trump is getting the MAGA vote. So having these other candidates against Trump actually is a way to help Trump. You understand? So so you could make a case that Ron DeSantis has teamed up with Donald Trump secretly to help him win the primaries.
That's a thought. Yeah, I read on this thing about online about Ron DeSantis and everybody says, I'm sorry, I'm voting for Trump, I'm voting for Trump.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm voting for Trump, absolutely.
A strong base.
Let me ask you, because you've got a unique voice, okay? So I remember you calling me. Are you? This may not be you, because it could have been somebody else that has a unique voice. A couple years back, was it you that called me and told me you deleted your Facebook because they banned Trump?
It's my Facebook, but what I did was on December 10th, 2020, I put a message on there, so I am stopped, I'm not going to use Facebook.
Okay, that was, okay, so it was, okay. So it was, see, I got a good memory, like the Republican elephant. Here's the, Facebook, I told everyone when they were deleting their Twitters and their Facebook groups and everything else, stay on. Don't delete your mailing list. And now look, Trump allowed back on Twitter, and yesterday, Trump allowed back on Facebook and Instagram. Now you got to start over from scratch, guys. All right, appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Yeah, isn't that wonderful? And his non-compete with Truth Social is being reported that it will be over in June. And after the break, I'm going to talk more about this lifting of the Trump ban on Facebook. If you're on hold, stand by. Our number 888-GO-CANE-1. It's time, though, to talk to Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group, who's got a great... Oh, no, we lost Barry Siegel. That's okay. That's okay. Live radio, people. It happens. When things go wrong is the best. That's when people can't leave the radios. It's like a car accident. They want to hear problems. But no, we'll get Barry Siegel on the line in just a moment. He's got a seminar coming up. But I do have a very good memory. Oh, he said his connection is bad. Okay, let's just try him on another line. He said the connection's bad. We'll try it on another line. You know what? Let's take the break, and let's try to get him during the break, okay? All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back after this.
Don't sit on this.
Try him on a different line. No good? Two.
Give Elena Castro a call right now. 954-478-5015. 954-478-5015. Get your house and sold for the price you want. 954-478-5015. 954-478-5015.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Hi, this is Megan. Come celebrate our anniversary all month long at Palm Beach Patio Furniture, located in the Seminole Shops Plaza in North Palm Beach. We have an unbelievable selection of brands such as Summer Classics, Sunset West, Anima Collections, and so much more. Palm Beach Patio Furniture, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created, located in the Seminole Shops Plaza in North Palm Beach, or online at palmbeachpatiofurniture.com. And follow us on Instagram.
Tacos sound good.
Patio Furniture.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. All right, we got everything going. It's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. His seminar coming up at his new office on the 21st. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Hey, Brian. Good morning. How are you?
Great, great, great. Now, your seminar at your new office is on Tuesday the 21st at 2 in the afternoon. And can we talk to people a little bit about that? Because these seminars, there's a great benefit to coming, and they're also a great opportunity to get good information.
Well, certainly, we get to chat a few mornings a week and talk for a moment or two about some estate planning topics, but a lot of people tell us they want to hear more, they want to get more in depth, and they want to be able to ask questions. That's why we do these seminars, so that people can get all the information that they need in a comfortable environment and be able to make some decisions and get some education on what they need to do to protect themselves and their loved ones. And when people attend the workshop, they get all the information, they get to ask the questions, they get to understand the process of working with a legal law group, and of course, when they schedule their free consultation with our office, they will also receive a discount certificate that they could use if they do decide to utilize our services to help them protect their family.
Yeah, now your new office, where is it located, Barry?
Our new office is on Military Trail in Boca Raton at 2500 North Military Trail in what's called the Crystal Corporate Plaza. Beautiful building, beautiful office. We're very excited, and we invite everyone to come. Those of you who've been our clients for many years, we can't wait for you to come see our new office. And those of you who we haven't met yet, we also look forward to you visiting. And Brian, you need to stop by as well.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, I know that building. It's pretty fancy. I definitely going to stop by. Are you kidding me? Now, the Siegel Law Group, give them a call, and I'll tell you, these seminars do fill up. You want to call, you want to reserve your seat, and the number to call about the seminar is 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782, and online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, have a great weekend. We'll talk next week.
Okay, you too. Thank you so much.
All right, take care. All right, we'll get back to our phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Oh, boy, here we go. Once, twice. All right, I gave up on that one. All right, our 888 Cocaine 1 is our number. Oh, man, we've had great calls today, though, I must say. Great calls today. A lot of topics I brought up so far, but I do want to talk about this thing with Trump on Facebook. Facebook yesterday announced that Trump's ban on Facebook and Instagram has been lifted. Now, he has a non-compete that is going on with True Social. It's been reported that it's over in June. I don't know how official that is, but I've seen that reported in many sources. Now that, Trump being reinstated to Twitter is one thing because Elon Musk took it over, it's a different thing. But the liberal lunatics that took Trump off of Facebook and Instagram are the same liberal lunatics that put him back on. So here's the question for Facebook since they've reinstated him. And this is a serious question. If the Twitter's different. All these Twitter executives that are being questioned are ex-Twitter executives in these hearings. It's the same people running Facebook that took him off. If I had on the line Zuckerberg or one of his spokespeople, my first question would be, now that you've reinstated Trump to Facebook and Instagram, does that mean that you no longer consider him to be an insurrectionist? An insurrectionist that's not a good thing to be. An insurrectionist is someone who is violently trying to overthrow a government of a sovereign government of a country. That's a big deal. And when it's almost like an anarchist, which is it's as radical and as violent. If you're an insurrectionist, you're a bad dude. You don't give insurrectionists platforms to reach millions of people because they could bring upon another insurrection. So their line that Trump is an insurrectionist at this point has to simply be just a talking point as opposed to being reality. You would not put an insurrectionist who could call for another one with these platforms. But here's the thing. This is amazing. Trump will return to all of these platforms. We're entering a new phase in mainstream corporate media, all right? And the mainstream media have decided that they're not going to report on Donald Trump, they're not going to carry his activities, and they're not going to carry the rallies. And that's been a problem because he's been banned from all the platforms. Now that he's been reinstated, over the summertime is when the campaign's going to start, okay? The rallies are not going to be on Fox, CNN, or MSNBC. One American News might as well be off the air. They've been so limited and oppressed. Newsmax is under attack, being banned from AT&T, cable, and DirecTV. That's a big blow. They'll carry them, but their audience is millions less today than it was, a couple weeks back. President Trump's rallies are going to be live streamed on Twitter, Facebook, and you can live stream on Instagram too. President Trump, when he has his rallies and they're live streamed on all of these platforms, it will be and they'll be on the weekend, and there'll be multiple rallies every weekend. He is going to be reaching more people than all of the cable news combined. And what's going to happen here, that's where people want to go. Newsmax, when they would release their ratings, when Newsmax carried the Trump rallies, they would beat Fox every time. They were #1 in cable when they carried it. What's going to happen, the corporate media are going to have to make a decision. Are they going to be relevant or not? And if they don't carry, they're going to have basically almost a 2-year presidential campaign again, with multiple rallies a day as things get closer and closer. If they continue their blackout and everything is being live streamed on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as Truth, but Facebook and Instagram and Twitter are the big boys on the block, the cable news is going to go the way of the newspapers. And I'm old enough to remember a time when newspapers were a big deal. You go and look at the Miami Herald today. I remember when the Miami Herald, during the week, was as thick as a Sunday paper. Now, the Miami Herald and the Sun Sentinel in Broward County are about as thick as my high school newspaper was at Shrinahan High School in Fort Lauderdale. The Echo was called. It's that thin. It's paper thin. It's got like 2 sections. They're going to, and that's a good thing, okay? The cable news, because of their Trump derangement syndrome, they're going to put themselves into irrelevancy. They're going to be out of business like the newspapers. And this is going to be huge. We won the midterms, right? We took back the House and fired Nancy Pelosi. We would have won bigger in the House, much bigger, if the rallies were carried for these different candidates. But there was a blackout, and because he was banned on all these platforms, he couldn't stream them. Well, that's going to be big difference this time. Big difference. And by the way, there's a lot more Senate seats in play this next time around than last time. We're going to gain in the Senate, we're going to gain bigger in the House, and we're going to have Trump rallies. And it's all going to be online, and that's where everyone's going to be. And Facebook is very important because the average user of Facebook is much older than the other platforms, and the Republican base is a little older. So a lot of people that have not been able to see the rallies in this last election cycle will be able to see them every time on Facebook because older people are on Facebook. This is huge. All right, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break, come back with more of your calls, and I got more to bring up too. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Oh, boy. The show is flying by. Welcome, everyone. Make sure you like the video. If you're new here, please subscribe. Now, right at the top of my Twitter, I posted this book. I was telling people about it earlier. You can click this on, the interlockbook.com, and it'll tell you how to start a pretty cool business. You can start from home. Go check that out on the top of my Twitter. Or if you're not on Twitter, the interlockbook.com. Book's like $9.99. The interlockbook.com will tell you how you can start a pretty profitable home-based business, and it's right there at the top of my Twitter, too. Check that out. Oh, man. There's a picture of me and some of our group on the cruise last week in the theater, waiting for the show. We had a good time. Yes. Oh, yeah, Steve is really under the weather. He's not feeling well. Steve Kane Show. Hey, PJ. Oh, man. The show was flown by today. I'm not 100% well yet, but I'm close.
You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Rabbi David calling. Hey, I'm calling today about something not political, but something very personal, and I gotta thank you. My mother called me up literally crying. You know how it is for someone to hear their mother crying? With excruciating pain in her shoulder. She had physical therapy. She actually went to doctors, rheumatologists, and had shots, and I didn't know what to do. Like, your mother calls you up crying. I remembered from the show, of course, and you guys have this doctor out. I took her down there last week. She wasn't able to sleep before this. She slept last Friday. She slept Saturday half the day away. She didn't have any pain anymore. I couldn't believe it. I'm my mother's hero now. So Dr. Appleton is rabbi recommended. So now he's got rabbinical supervision. I have to really thank you. One time, from crying to me on the phone to sleeping like a baby that night. What Rabbi David did. Call Dr. Appleton and say bye-bye to your pain. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Now, back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the...
All right. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It is, well, it's Friday, our first week back from our cruise. Open phones on Friday, and there is only one opening on the board. 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. All right, let's go. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
PJ from Broward.
Oh, hey, PJ. How you doing?
Okay, hey, you were talking about the guy that was upset about your MAGA hat on a cruise?
Yes. There were a couple of them, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting about that cruise? I meant that you could easily spot the few. There weren't that many liberals on the cruise, but you could spot them because they were the only ones wearing face masks.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
And there was this one guy. It was absolutely astounding. I've never seen this guy had a very small face, and yet he was wearing the biggest black face mask I've ever seen. It was so big. I don't remember this. It was going from the bottom of his eyeballs, stretched over
his chin and back to his neck. You know, and I'm thinking, what the hell? And not only that, it was like a leather. It was sort of like a leather type material. It was like about 1/4 inch thick. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. What do you do when you have to eat? You gotta. I mean, do these people think that germs go into suspended animation when they got to take their mask off?
Exactly. I know.
And I'm thinking, you know what? Why does somebody go on a cruise and then go ahead and put a mask over their face?
You know, the people. I see people all the time out and about at Target and all these places with masks. And, you know, these mask people are snobs. They think that they're better and smarter than us. If you don't have a mask on, they think you're like some science denier caveman who thinks the earth is flat and all that stuff. You know, they really look down on you.
Yeah, and then, you know, there was a report just recently, you probably read about it. It says masks are actually harmful because it keeps the germs in there and it just sticks to your...
Well, I read an article the other day. This is not a joke, okay? This will sound like a joke. I read an article the other day that unattractive people like them wearing masks. And there was actually a study done on this. They were polling people, and I guess the pollster was judging their attractiveness. And the more unattractive someone is, the more likely they are to support keeping masks. You know, make women that are unattractive look a lot better when you only see their eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. You know, I always wondered, you know, when I'd be talking to some woman and I'm thinking, you know, with a mask on, and I'm thinking, well, what does she really look like? You know, you don't know. It could be, you know, you'd be almost scared to ask
Steve's
her to
fine.
take
He's
her
alive.
mask off.
He didn't die.
You don't want to be impolite in your ass.
Well, you know, and another thing, I was surprised when we traveled to these island nations like the British Virgin Islands and everything, that the public were not wearing, the citizens there were maskless too, for the most part. I didn't see very many masks in the islands.
Well, you know what? When I was on one of the islands, I forgot which one. I think maybe Tortuga. But anyway, there was a sign on the bus we went on, and it said, actually no, it's St. Kitts, and it says, you must wear a mask. You must wear a mask to enter. So I said to the guy, the driver, I said, hey, wait a minute, what's the story here? He says, no, that's just the law. We just have it there.
Nobody follows it. Yeah.
You're obeying the law, but nobody follows. He says, yeah, nobody follows it. We just, you know, we do what they say. They said put the sign on your bus, but you know, we don't tell anybody to put a mask on.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's kind of like the southern border. We have laws, nobody obeys them.
Exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah. All right, PJ. I appreciate the call. All right, our number, 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you're calling from. You know, I saw this story today. There's this mayor in Boston, Michelle Wu. She's Asian American. And she has announced the creation of a reparations task force. You know, this is a big thing going on with Democrats lately. You notice this? The Democrats, from sea to shining sea, have a reparations committees and reparation task forces and everything. I've got news for you. Reparations are not happening. You're never going to get them, and nor should you, okay? Everyone pretty much is descendant of an oppressed person. I mean, our Jews owed reparations from the Egyptians and the Romans. The Jews built the pyramids with slave labor, right? I mean, when are the Egyptians going to pay the Jews their slavery reparations? Many of us that are white guys like me are descendant of indentured servants. Indentured servants was white slavery in the Americas. There's all, you know, come on. This is a desperate attempt to bring blacks back to the Democrat Party. You know, talk about this a lot because it's so. Callers on hold. I'll get you in just a moment. We're in a post-racial society. We really are. The Democrats are trying to bring us back all the time. But Democrats have lost a lot of black voters, a group they took for granted, because we now have economic equality. Blacks are doing better than ever in the history of our country economically. And when people become a homeowner and work and start paying taxes, they get fed up with freeloaders. And a lot of minorities, I'm talking about black people with this, not general minorities, black people are really ticked off about the open border. Liberal blacks that are not paying high levels in taxes and are still Democrats, are ticked off. They view the people from the southern border getting what's owed to them, and they get very angry at the Democrats for allowing this. And this reparations talk, which is never going to happen, is something that a lot of people want to hear that are black in this country. Let the Democrats continue to lie to you about reparations, okay? All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is with the deficit clock. You said you'd be callers on hold. Hang on a minute. So I took a bite of my sandwich.
Well, why don't you take another bite? Okay, go ahead. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Brian.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I don't hear from callers for a long time, and I just figure COVID got them or they died of old age, and then they call back. And I wonder if they were incarcerated, doing a couple years. I don't know.
Hey, Brian?
Yeah, sorry, Nick. Nick in Baltimore. You're on the air.
How you doing? There's a little delay here. Hey, I'm Greek. I want reparations from the Turks. You think I'm going to get it?
Yeah, exactly.
Breath, and I'll turn blue like that wall behind you.
Exactly. Yeah, we're all descendant of someone who was oppressed.
I mean, you know, let's face it. I want to just say one thing to you. It's a great show, and welcome back and all that. Hope you feel better. The thing is that...
Wait, what's that yelling? Wait a minute. There's some yelling in the background. What's going on? I hear yelling in the background.
No, it's my sister feeding the cat.
Oh, okay. She's yelling at okay. She's herding cats. Okay.
No, she's feeding them. She's having fun.
Okay.
The thing is that it's setting up like 2016 all over again. And the good globalists, the good guys, have taken charge. And I think Trump's going to win.
Oh, yeah. I think so. And I'm becoming, this will play out and we'll see what happens. But I'm becoming less suspicious of DeSantis the more this goes on. Because these guys are very, very smart, okay? And this story with the pictures with the high school girls, that's no one like DeSantis is not going to say, oh man, this is just too destructive. I don't want to go there. I just don't see DeSantis getting in a self-destruct mode like that. I just don't.
I think it's a diversion perpetrated on the media.
Anytime they're like Steve and I have been together a long time, and sometimes people try to divide us, And one of the things there's many tactics they use, but they try the ego strokes and things like this and everything, and it doesn't work. We're smarter than that. I just don't think DeSantis would fall into that. Maybe he was tempted, but I just don't see him falling into it.
Well, my problem, and I'll go up to this, is when I see Ed Rollins, who's a Reagan establishment guy.
Yeah.
He did a spot on, and I saw it run on Newsmax. I don't like Ed Rollins. He's establishment. However, DeSantis and Trump are brilliant, and I think that they're really pulling something over the media, and Trump's a media master.
Well, Donald Trump, before he was in politics, was a master brander. I remember when I was in high school going to the Sharper Image store. And I'm not a New Yorker. I vaguely knew who Donald Trump was. And they were selling Trump steaks. And this is like in the 80s. It might have been after high school. It might have been 90. Might have been out of high school. But they were selling Trump steaks. And they were like, it was a box of steaks. Remember Sharper Image? I used to love that store. The Sharper Image store was awesome. They had all the latest technology. They had, you could turn your records and the CDs. You could buy the device. It was so high tech. But they were selling Trump steaks for $400 for a box of Trump steaks. That's like 1980s prices. So I don't know what that is adjusted for inflation. And I thought, my goodness, who's buying this? Donald Trump is brilliant when it comes to marketing and when it comes to media manipulation. And, maybe I shouldn't be talking about this out loud. I don't know this for sure, but I just This thing with him and DeSantis, I'm really starting to think they're working together. I really truly am. All right, now it's time for the gold report. We're going to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca. William Youngerman, how the metals look this morning?
The metals look good, stable after yesterday's drop of $13.90, closing out the day at $1,861.70. Silver closed down 35 cents at $21.94. That was under the $22 number. We haven't seen that in a while. Great buying opportunity there. Platinum was down $17 at $9.54, and palladium was down $16 at $1,556. Overnight, we saw gold trade down to the support level of $1,852, and that second time it's gone down there last week and this week, and held very nicely, and then back up to about $1,873. Right now, gold's trading at $1,863 the ounce. That's up $1.30 from yesterday. Silver up 26 cents from yesterday's close at $22.20. Platinum up $11 at $9.65, and palladium hitting a new low, or at least a new low recently. We haven't seen palladium under $1,500 in quite a long time, and it's $14.80 today, down $76. As you recall, I've been warning against that fall. We did not like our investors or anybody buying palladium. It's been a good call so far, but palladium was trading way over gold for quite a long time, and it has really taken a hit. That's pretty much where we.
Well, let me ask you about palladium, because palladium comes in coin form and things too, like the other one. At these low numbers on palladium, is it a good buy yet, or is it still too volatile?
Still too volatile. It might turn out to be a good buy, but the problem is I believe they're switching a lot of the components of catalytic converters into back to platinum, which is because what they did was they thought they could save money on catalytic converters going to palladium, which used to be much cheaper than platinum, and then they found out that palladium is a byproduct of platinum mining, so they had to mine platinum to get to palladium, and then
oh my goodness,
shot up, and platinum went down because as they were mining, they were selling off the platinum and using the palladium. So we'll see. That seems to be reversing itself, and where the bottom is on that, I don't.
Well, what about platinum then? Because platinum's under 1,000. Is platinum a good buy right now?
I like platinum. Platinum has so many uses worldwide for industrial purposes besides catalytic converters, and it's now under $1,000 again, which is a great buying option.
Yeah, and platinum, many of the national mints have platinum coins, like the American Mint. There's platinum coins. What are some of the other countries that have platinum coins?
Canada has the platinum maple leafs. Australia has a platinum coin. Austria has a platinum coin. They all have beautiful platinum coins, and we have them in stock. But so that's advantage of on the.
Yeah. Anytime I see platinum under 1,000, I always ask you about it, because that looks like a good number. Well, listen, William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. You can stop right in. He's located in Boca at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. You can find him online at williamyoungerman.com or give him a call. He opens up at 10, 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. All right, William Youngerman, we will talk on Monday.
Okay, have a nice weekend.
All right, back after this. Are we back? Okay.
The cold, hard truth.
Steve Kane Show.
6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
All right, we are... Whoop. Oh, guess we're not back. That's okay. That's okay. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Keep going.
Have you been told that you have bone on bone or need a knee replacement?
Steve Kane Show.
Told that you have
Hello? Yeah, what's your name? Yeah. I bet you will. Okay, Yeah. That's our troll. He's got a call from a different one.
New tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire and on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $6 a tire. That's on and on the road because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. And thousands of used tires in stock too. So it's just $30. Call for a quote. 954-977-9445.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside, everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of San Florida.
Hello? Yep, what's your name? Oh, hey, hold on. Oh, boy.
Call today, 954-922-4633, 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633, BrightonDentalCare.com.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals.
Yeah, my sinuses are starting to get triggered again.
At very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, it is. I cannot believe we finished our first week back from our cruise. Oh, my goodness. It's hard. A week ago today, I was waking up on the ocean. That's right. It was a great time. And those of you that were with us, you know what a good time it was. And please do not put those videos on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or anything. Keep them private. All right, welcome back, everyone. And we've had some great calls today. There is one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. I want to remind everyone, tomorrow, Valentine's Day, an all-day and night celebration at Anne Marie's, our great Italian restaurant in Pompano. It's starting with lunch. They're going to have heart-shaped pizzas and heart-shaped homemade ravioli all day and night long. And in the evening, tomorrow night, this is the Saturday before Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day falls during the week this year. They're having their entire Valentine's Day and night celebration of Anne Marie's. And starting at 6:30 in the evening, they're going to have live music outside. And don't forget, Anne Marie's, they have a wine club over there, which means they've got great Italian wines. And there is nothing more romantic than homemade, fine Italian food with some nice wine, with some great music, huh? Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the northwest corner of US 1, Federal Highway and Copans Road, and in the same plaza as the movie theater. If you want to give them a call, please do. I don't know if they're taking reservations tomorrow. You can call and find out. 954-889-6600. 954-889-6600. All right, that's Anne Marie's in Pompano. And again, the Valentine's Day and night celebration is tomorrow, the 11th, the Saturday before Valentine's Day. That's tomorrow. So take advantage of all that. The heart-shaped pizzas, I'm still got to go over there to watch the guy twirl them around on his finger and get them in the shape of a heart. I don't know if he's got to use 3 fingers I don't know how they do it, but we'll find out. All right. You know, I was reading this article in Breitbart. If you're on hold, stand by. We still got time. I'll squeeze some more calls in. This is in Breitbart. Texas lawsuit could see abortion pills taken off the market. You know, something happened a few months ago that I never dreamed that would have happened, and that was the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade was overturned primarily because of the great President Trump making these perfect choices for the Supreme Court. And whatever Trump does in his second term, I think his greatest accomplishment of President Trump, when it's all over and he's done with his second term, and he's putting the presidential library together, which I hope is here in Palm Beach County, because I will volunteer to be a part of that. When I'm an old retired man, I'll be given tours of the Trump Presidential Museum if it's here in Florida, in Palm Beach. But there'll be a whole section on the overturning of Roe v. Wade. And that's his greatest accomplishment because so many millions of lives will be saved forever and ever because he overturned Roe v. Wade. And that's an amazing, I don't think there's anything he could do that would top saving millions of lives through overturning Roe v. Wade. Now, you may be able to argue that, I don't know. I talked to Dick Morris about it one of the times we had him on the show, who's a senior advisor to President Trump, and he disagreed with me, but you know, Dick Morris is a good guy, and I like a lot of what he says, but he is an old Democrat, so you know, you got to factor that in. I think the overturning of Roe v. Wade is amazing, but what started it in motion was the abortion pills, and what the abortion pill did was make the surgical abortions, you know, something that just became rarer and rarer. And the generation of women that are of childbearing years today aren't into surgical abortions. They might head out to the drugstore to get the abortion pill. And I was shocked. I was at the drugstore, and they got the abortion pills in the ladies section, like where hair gel and things are. You know, I couldn't believe. Now, you do have to go. They're not just right off the counter. They're behind a little glass case, so you got to go find an employee at the drugstore and tell them you want your abortion, and they'll take you and they'll unlock it and give you the pill, you know? So there is a barrier there, but they're over the counter. And that made, you know, those abortion pills, which is a terrible thing, okay? Don't misunderstand what I'm saying, but the abortion pill made like the surgical abortions out of date like a Blockbuster video. Okay, and that changed the mindset of women of childbearing years in this country over the past maybe 20 years since that abortion pill's been around, 10, 20 years, however long. I don't know how long it's been available over the counter. When it was first being developed, they called it RU486 was the name of it before it had all these brand names and everything. I mean, you can go on Amazon and get an abortion pill. So the surgical abortions are a big turnoff to women of childbearing years. And that also, so that the abortion pill helped overturn Roe v. Wade too. And now what we're seeing, and we're going to see this in Florida and elsewhere, where there are these 10-week bans and things like this, you're going to see these abortion pills banned for being sold over the counter. You know, one of the things you gotta factor in with this is back during the 1973 Roe decision era, during that feminist era that was going on, being pregnant out of wedlock, there was a lot of social stigma to that. Okay, if a woman or girl was pregnant and she was in high school, or a woman wasn't married and she was pregnant, she'd have to go hide somewhere until she came back and she wasn't pregnant again. You know, go stay with an aunt or a cousin, or go live in another state or something. There was a lot of social stigma and shame involved, and social pressures. Today, none of those things exist. You know, so and it's a whole new world now. But there's hardly a day that goes by that I'm not seeing challenges to the abortion pill, which is a good thing. It really is a good thing. Now, before we go, I got a lot to share before we go, but before we go, Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday, and of course you want to go to Wings Plus on Sample Road in Coral Springs and you can watch the game over there, okay, and have the wings and everything else right there at Wings Plus. But if you want to get takeout with the wings for your Super Bowl party, go to Wings Plus. This is where MAGA goes to eat, okay? They've been with us for many years here on the Steve Kane Show, for about 15 years. And I was eating there for years and years before they were an advertiser here on the Steve Kane Show. And the food is spectacular. Everything is homemade. Nothing comes out of a can, including the sauces for the wings. And if you want, you can get the wings today, or you can pick them up at halftime, okay? But you know, you can get them today or tomorrow, or early on Sunday before the game. If you when you go and pick them up, if you're picking them up for the Super Bowl and you get them today or tomorrow or earlier on Sunday, ask them the reheating instructions. I do this all the time. I'm not going to tell you what they are on the air because I don't want to give out wrong information. I ask them every time. And you heat the wings up from Wings Plus like they tell you to, and they will taste just like you were eating them there. They're really good. Wings Plus on Sample Road. It's where I was with our great Governor Ron DeSantis a couple months back. is located on the south side of Sample Road, about a mile west of University Drive in Coral Springs. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. All right, guys, we've had a great week. I'm sorry I did not get to all the calls. We've had a great week, and I'm very happy to be back, and there's so much news going on right now. You would think that we were on the eve of an election. Ron DeSantis is about to announce whether or not he's running. Pence testifying to the special counsel. Trump back on Facebook and Instagram. I mean, there's just so much happening. You do not want to miss a minute of this show. We're going to have a hot week next week because news is breaking about every 10 seconds, okay? And we're going to talk about it all here. Now, if you miss a portion of the show, don't worry. Go to our radio station website, TrueOldiesFLA.com. And at TrueOldiesFLA.com, every day about an hour after we sign off the air, the entire show is uploaded as a podcast on the radio station website. So if you want to hear your call or download it as an MP3 so you can play your call to your friends and family, or you missed a show, TrueOldiesFLA.com. And once the show's up there, it's archived up there forever. TrueOldiesFLA.com. All right, everyone, have a great weekend. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. And of course, we'll leave you this week with this. God bless America, and God bless the greatest president we've ever had, Donald Trump. I'll see you Monday morning at 6 a.m. Have a great weekend. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you soon, guys. I can't turn off the stream. Hold on. There it is. Okay.